or you see these guys that have been playing for so many years play at a level that really you just didn't know exists until you see it in person, right? You can watch on YouTube all you want. You can watch the LeBrons, the Galans, and so on. But it really is different when you see it in person or where you play against it and you're like, wow, like this is really how good they are at neutralizing, at doing certain things and taking the ball out of the court from behind the line. I mean, it's unbelievable.
And we are all things paddle.
Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Padel Smash Academy. Today we're on location at the Pan American Games in Brazil. And next to me I have the mesmerizing, the enigmatic Maurice Russo. We come a long, long way, Maurice. We've known each other for over 15 years. He started in tennis, I started in tennis. We belong to the same club. I work at the club where he was playing. Thank you. Now he's a super paddle fan addict. So how did you start your paddle journey? Tell me.
First of all, it's an honor to be on the very notorious, famous Padel Smash Academy podcast that I've been watching for so long. How did I start with paddle?
Yeah.
The first time I played paddle, I think I went to Wynwood, where you are now. A friend of mine just said, "Oh, come play paddle," and I remember I'd been exposed to it in Spain a few times when I was playing tennis there, and played like an awful tennis player that I was, and maybe still am actually. I don't know, but and then but slowly I kind of just played once every 6 months for 2-3 times, and then eventually Paddle House, representing the brand here, opened up in New York, and that's when I kind of started getting hooked.
Beautiful. So what is your addiction level into paddle?
It depends on the month.
Okay.
Because for me, it's actually the colder the month, the more addicted I am, because in New York, we play only indoors. So, I think the closer you are to December, January, the more you're playing. So it's definitely like a 9.5 right now, approaching that 10 threshold. Over the summer, I think it's still 7 or 8 always, but now being on this podcast, I think it's gonna break new levels. Yeah.
So you were you became a USA paddle champion at the last Pan American Games. Tell us how did you ended up playing for that team, and what was the experience?
Yeah, so I was reached out to by Louis Fair, who was the coach of our head coach in Cancun, and I couldn't make it, so I decided to just tell him I'm sorry I can't make it, because I had to go to Paraguay for a cousin's wedding, and of course as any paddle addict would do, I changed my mind and said, what, after the third email I was like, I'll figure this out, I'll find a way. So I ended up playing the tournament, flying straight to the wedding, pretty much, in Paraguay, and then ended up here in Camboriú to help out with the senior team because I was next door. So it's amazing how things align when you follow your addictions.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was an awesome experience. I had never been exposed to kind of an atmosphere like that. Playing for your country and playing for a team, frankly, in paddle to begin with, and. It was really awesome. I'm grateful that they persisted.
So how was the tournament? How did you do?
Yeah, so this is a team event, thankfully, because the U.S. won. I did not win. We had a crazy match in the third round of the group stage. If we win, we move on to the knockout rounds. If we don't, we lose. We got to 6-4 in the third set. We had a very unfortunate situation where we were 5-4 out. And
5-4 serving or
4-5 serving. So
wow.
We're serving at 4-5, add advantage outside, match point down. I hit a serve out wide. The return goes up the line. My partner calls it out. They say no, it was in, and the umpire was right there and said, I saw it clearly. The ball was in. Match is over.
Wow.
Right? So we lose on an overrule.
I can't believe it.
To this day, obviously, I have to stand by my partner if he was sure it was out. I try not to get involved in too many fights, and really, once an umpire steps in, there's nothing you can really do.
That's it.
Thankfully, I still think there was good sportsmanship overall, but it was definitely a very rough way to go out. But I'm extremely happy, especially for our women's side. Our women's team just absolutely crushed it. I mean, really, like they won almost everything. So that was the reason that the team ended up winning. But so again, I didn't really play my part maybe as much as we could have, but at least the team won, and I was happy to be a part of it.
And when did you find out that you guys became Pan American champions?
So I was actually at the wedding.
No, you're kidding me.
I was at the wedding, and I was texting, getting updates and so on. I had to leave the day before the official day, and whatever. I don't really post on Instagram, but I had to post like the first story that we won from the wedding, and frankly, like you might notice in that video, I'm not actually in the video where everyone's like chanting USA and winning. I kind of pretended like I was, but I had to already leave. So that's what I found out, though.
That's awesome, man. That's incredible. I mean, what an experience. I mean, winning the first trophy for the USA in the international paddle. I mean, truly amazing, man. Well done. I mean, I'm so happy for you guys. I mean, now you're here at the senior Pan American tournament, and I've seen you coaching. What is your experience, and what do you see the level?
Yeah, great question. I think the main thing that I know is at the higher levels, especially being exposed to all these countries that have been playing paddle, frankly, longer than the U.S., is the two main things that I always notice are, number one, their footwork, and number two, their ability to have defense. I think for a lot of us in the U.S., many coming out of tennis or squash and so on, we have just a different style of playing. And for us as tennis players, I think in the beginning we learn how to survive with the walls, but they're kind of utilizing the walls and actually taking it to their advantage. And I think the amount of times that you see a ball being neutralized, that for us you think, the point's about to end, is really incredible. So and I think a lot of us have done a better job in our training of kind of getting to that level, but some of these guys, especially I was watching Brazil play our team yesterday, and really incredible stuff. Guys that were partners with Miguel Lamperti, for example, and the way that they're able to neutralize and just make every ball has been incredible. So I think, granted, this is why it's so important for us to go out to these international tournaments and branch out, because it's been an interesting concept, because some of the paddle that happened in the U.S., what happens is the players get better together, right? But the problem is they get better playing arguably the wrong way, right? And so they get more ingrained in these thoughts of how to play that are just incorrect, right? So by coming to these tournaments, we say, maybe we should take a step back and relearn how to play the game completely, so that way we can get better. And I think, for me, this first exposure happened a little while ago already. So I think for a few of us, we've been able to thankfully start unlearning some of the original bad things that we learned. But I know for a lot of these guys on the team that are already incredibly talented and so good, they're starting to realize it too. And I've already had friends calling me saying, we got to start training, not playing matches anymore. We're just going to get to practice. And
Yeah, that's what we're 30, 40 years behind all these people. I see with players, and the matches that I play, you see them just hit the ball back and forth and say, my God, these guys are horrible. And then when they start playing, they have such a incredible understanding of the game and how to hit the walls. And like you said, come out of the wall with a great shot. Which we're just trying to, sometimes we're struggling, and these guys, they just hit an incredible shots because they have, their paddle game is so ingrained in their DNA, in their soul. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, I've seen some guys incredible level. At the previous Pan Americans in Cancun, did you see that level of playing as well or not with the rest of the teams?
I mean, absolutely. I think anytime that you're exposed to, all these different levels. Some guys actually that played in Cancun are so good that they're playing in both, right? And they they're above 35 years old, and they're still the ones selected to play at the highest level in Cancun. So absolutely. And I think paddle is a game that part of the beauty is that I think I would argue you could last a little bit longer in paddle than in tennis and some other sports, just because you have two people on the court at all times and so on. It's also just a different type of fitness that is arguably harder but arguably easier, right? Because you're not moving as much,
and the space is smaller, but you're jumping and
moving. The points can be so crazy long and so on. So absolutely, I think in Cancun was an experience where you see these guys that have been playing for so many years play at a level that really you just didn't know exist until you see it in person, right? You can watch on YouTube all you want. You can you can watch the LeBrons, the Galans, and so on, but it really is different when you see it in person or where you play against it and you're like, wow, like this is really how good they are at neutralizing, at doing certain things and taking the ball out of the court from behind the line. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm so happy that you're here supporting us, and it's an honor and pleasure. I mean, we know each other for so long.
So long.
Let's go into the final golden point questions, baby.
Yeah, please do.
What do you prefer to play, right or left?
It's a funny question because I do prefer to play right. The only reason, though, is just because at Paddle House, it's just worked out that way. We have some lefties and so on, so I play right. But pro tip for anyone starting out paddle: if you become a guy that says I only play the backhand, you probably suck. All right, and I mean that honestly, because I play right, but if Tapia calls me tomorrow and says, "Hey, you want to play a match?" I'm not going to be like, "Sorry, I play the right side." Right? You have to learn to play both. So that's my answer.
That's what I tell all my students. You have to be able to play both sides, not just one side. What is your best shot?
The backhand volley, for sure.
Backhand volley.
Backhand volley, which is why I should switch to the do side. That's a very important shot on the do side.
What is your worst shot?
Everything else, I mean. Probably everything else.
Good. Who's your favorite partner that you love to play with?
Opponent that I like to play against?
No, your partner with.
Which partner to play with? Oof. This is tough.
Come on, man. Make some friends and make some enemies.
Make some friends, make some enemies. I played with one partner of mine who's significantly better than me. His name is Juan Serra, and he's from Spain, and he's been playing for at least 10 years. And he had such an incredible... We ended up losing first round in the tournament that we played, but he had such an incredible ability to coach me with a level of humility and me be a student that's understanding, but yet still trying to win the match that I don't think I'd been exposed to ever.
Wow.
And so frankly, even though I've played with partners and won with partners, some of, Matt Hansen is here, and he literally won the tournament for us the last time we played. So he's obviously incredible too. And I have so many other people I can name. But Juani was really the first time that I got exposed to saying, like, let me teach you how to play this game in a way that's actually productive, humbling, but still being my partner. So that's probably the
But the amazing thing is that some players, they don't want to be coached during a match. I think you're humble enough to be coached,
For a while, I was a very serious poker player. And one thing that I learned from playing poker is that poker is one game that, unlike chess, you have to win in the long run, right?
Yeah.
And you can lose in 2-3 days in a row, and you could still be someone who's winning, right? And so for me in paddle, I try to take the same approach, right? It's like I can lose this match today, but if I'm learning something, it's going to help me way more 6 months from now, 1 year from now. And I'm not saying I always do that successfully, right? Like, obviously, sometimes you're in a match, you're still doing things that you probably shouldn't be doing, or you should be working on the things that, you're practicing, but you don't want to lose to your friend. And, but that's what I'm trying to incorporate a little bit.
Good. Your favorite racket?
Sioux right now. I mean, I'm playing with the Sioux Diablo. It has an incredible amount of feel, and frankly, some of the other brands are great too, but I think, Sioux has been, it's almost every racket I've tried has just been phenomenal in its own way.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
What are your vision and your plans for 2024 in paddle?
Knowing myself, I change my mind on things pretty quickly. So I've already looked at the schedule. I'm definitely going to be out there playing some tournaments. But I think if I had to incorporate a vision, it would be mostly making sure I incorporate practice, because for us sometimes like we're just like, hey, like, do you want to play? And what happens? You play match, right?
Yeah.
And I think especially hopefully spending some time with you in Miami this coming winter, I think we'll be focusing on training. Drilling
and working in that, if you want to work on bandeja, do 10,000 bandejas, man, until you just do that with the eyes closed, the vibras, the double walls and all that. I mean, that's what we need.
Yeah.
I mean, to get that level to the next
level. For
sure.
Absolutely.
Well, Maurice, it's been an honor and a pleasure, man. Let's put it right here. Let's go USA, baby.
Go USA.
Come on. Good, man. Gracias, compañero.
Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications.
And remember, it's free $99. It doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button.
Thanks for tuning in to Padel Smash Academy. We hope you'll find our videos informative, helpful in improving your game and learning all things paddle.
So until next time, keep improving your game. And remember, learn, play, and share.